Rappers and music producers, it's Curtis King at CurtisKingBeats.com, here today to show you an inexpensive and less riskier way for you to start your merchandise store today so that you can start selling shirts with your ugly mug on the front of them. I'm just playing. Let's talk about Printful.com. Rappers and music producers, you guys know that I've been selling my merchandise for quite some time. I was selling merchandise that had to do with bottle openers. I had the pins that you stick on your t-shirts. I had hats, the dad hats that I still sell. And then I also had t-shirts like this. And many people ask me, man, were you getting those printed up? Like, were you printing them up yourself? Hell no, because they would be very expensive with all these different colors. Anybody who's done it the traditional way knows not only do you have to pay by the different colors, but you also have to pay in bulk because they won't allow you to just print up one shirt at a time or 10 shirts here and there. Unless you know somebody that has a machine or you own a machine yourself, pretty much these companies are not going to allow that to happen. That being said, I needed a more cost-efficient way because the way that I was doing it, man, let me give you an example. I had a t-shirt design idea in which I already had a t-shirt that was selling well. And I said, man, I should do another colorway. So I was thinking, it's summertime, you know, folks love tie-dye. They're going to the festivals. Maybe I should make a tie-dye Curtis King t-shirt. And that's exactly what I did. I had to put together like 100 of those tie-dye t-shirts. And how many did I sell? Just guess. 10. I didn't make a fraction, not even a fraction of my profit back. I didn't make even a fraction of the money that I invested into it because of the cost of the tie-dye, the cost of the actual t-shirts that I had to go get from LA Fashion District. And that being said, we're in 2019. We have no room as rappers and music producers to just be squandering away money. We got to make sure that every dollar counts. And especially with our merchandise, why should we have to take all those risks when we have things like Printful.com? Now let me put you on the game with Printful.com. You might have heard about it, maybe not. If you haven't heard about it, great place to be. Printful.com is basically a place that allows you to do two things. One, they serve as your warehouse, so you don't have to get bundles and bundles of tie-dye t-shirts like the ones that were stuck in my garage for years, but you get to basically use them as a warehouse, one. And two, they'll actually send out the merchandise on your behalf with your name on a sticker. You don't have to worry about any of the shipping and handling. They're basically making you cover the cost of actually putting together the t-shirt. Now, putting together the t-shirt does not include the actual design. You have to provide a design, upload it. It's super easy. I'm actually going to show you before this video is over how to do that. But basically, Printful will allow you to use all these different blank canvases from mugs. You can check it out here, from beanies, hoodies, leggings, t-shirts, socks, backpacks. You can create whatever you want and start selling it on your website today. Now, Printful is not your actual e-commerce store, the store that you put all your t-shirts on. It's just the place that allows you to basically mock up or make some mock-up drafts of your t-shirts so that you can display them on your actual website and they actually ship it out for you. If you need to get a store, please look into like the Shopify, the Etsy's, or even like Big Cartel. Warning with Big Cartel, I've used Big Cartel to integrate it with Printful. Not my favorite because you have to manually create images for every single size, whatever t-shirt. It just became so tedious. So I actually got a Shopify account and I'm going to show you how you link everything up first and foremost. When you go on the Shopify and you're back in, you basically want to go to the apps, install the Printful app. Just type in Printful. You'll find a link for it. Once you have that there, you're gonna go over here to the Printful app. And once you set up your Printful, super easy to do, set up your Shopify, super easy to do, you're gonna add a product. And this is where you're gonna start designing your t-shirt or whatever it is that you wanna get done. Add a product, and you have all these different things that you can choose from. We're gonna do a simple t-shirt. Let's go to men's clothing. Let's go to t-shirts. And then we're going to do, let's see, what we have here. I like the Gildan t-shirts because they just feel nice. This t-shirt right here is actually a Gildan. So let's go to a Gildan, a unisex t-shirt. Click on it. And then once you're here, it's going to give you some details to pay attention to. First thing being the technique. What technique of printing do you want? Do you want the embroidery that's sort of like a sew design? Or do you want the printing, which is pretty much like an iron press like this right here, right? Just boom, print press over the top. Okay, once you get that, you want to go ahead and choose what colors you want to mess around with. Now, I want to basically choose one color for right now because the logo that I'm going to put on here is a white logo, and I don't know how it's going to look on grays or these different t-shirts quite yet, but let's keep it simple. So once you determine that, the color and the actual choosing of the technique, go ahead and upload your image. Click here. And I already have some images that I uploaded from my desktop. We're going to go ahead and click here to my logo. Okay. Make it a little bit smaller. Put it in the corner. And if you ever run out of ideas or you're trying to figure out getting inspiration, just look in your closet and see what t-shirts you have, right? Like I have a t-shirt that's a Nike t-shirt. I could easily put some Curtis King text on there and kind of just make my own version of it, right? So now we're doing the front design. Let's do the back design of this t-shirt. Here's where I'm going to choose another image. This is one that I actually made in Photoshop. And when it comes to the specs of the image, when you upload, want to make sure that there's a setting called DPI within your actual Photoshop file. You want to make it at least 150, preferably 300 is like the max you want to make it. For here, I think I probably made it 200. And the problem with that is that you want to make sure that the DPI is high because that is what they're using in terms of printing. You also want to make sure that the size of the image is at least 1500, but I say 2000 by 2000 to be safe because you can always shrink it down if it's a huge image. You cannot expand it out if it's a small image. So you got to be very careful about that. So we're going to take this text and use this box as our guide as to what is the printing area on the t-shirt. Might even make that a little bit bigger. Boom. So we have that. We have a front design, back, and I like the way that looks. I think it's a simple t-shirt. Now, once that's there, we're going to go to the mock-ups that we're going to use to basically either add to our store, or we can use these images to save to our desktop or our phone, and then basically just put it on our Instagram like coming soon. So we're going to use a flat mock-up and not use a human being for this one. The flat mock-up is the one you see right here. Okay, and we're going to go to proceed to description. Here's where you're going to add the details about your t-shirt. Okay, now it gives you some pretty much template words to put in there, but for this one, we're going to put, this is a Curtis King La Flame. Shout out to Travis Scott. So now that we're here, we're going to leave the description as is, since this is only a demo. Here you have a few options in terms of what size guide measurement system that you want to use. I would include both of them because different people from different parts of the world use different guides. So click the pricing. Here's where you're going to determine your profit because like I said, the only thing that you have to worry about is the price that it cost to actually create the t-shirt design that you did. All right. Now, this being said, it says in order for me to get 41% of the profit, I need to at least sell my shirt between $21 to $25. Now, if I want 50, obviously the price is going to go up. So the higher the profit, the higher the t-shirt is going to be, because obviously you have to use the base of the t-shirt. I think the t-shirt is like between $14 to make or whatever. And after that, that's where the profit is at. And this is how it's basically calculating. So we're going to do 50%. Just to keep the shirt under 30. I like to keep the shirts between 25 and 30 at the most, depending on the design. And once we are here, we're going to go ahead and just submit it to the store. Okay. And then from there, let's go ahead and open up full size. All right, so once that's set up, it should automatically sync, but I like to come back here to my Printful page and sync it just in case. Everything is here. Let's view it in Spotify. Let's view it in Shopify, excuse me. Boom. Curtis King store shows the t-shirt. All the images and all the information that we put is already synced up, and then you can start selling it right now. Everything is already linked up. I mean, with Big Cartel, I had to link it individually. Thank you for Shopify making the process that much easier. But look, it's that easy to set up your stuff. You don't have to worry about going to anybody to go print your stuff up. You can be printing up your merchandise today. Look, if you want to go ahead and see some more information, go to the link below in the description and see specifically how to set up your Printful. Go set it up through my link because you know I'm an affiliate. Go ahead and set up your Shopify through my link because you know I'm an affiliate. And your friend Curtis King will be a very happy man. But from there, if you have any other questions or want me to do more videos in the future in terms of more detail into why I do certain things with my t-shirts, please leave a comment below and I'll get to it at my earliest convenience. In this life, you will not be full of life until you decide to live life to its fullest. Curtis King, Curtis King Beats. Merchandise.com. Pow. Please subscribe to the channel below. Curtis King, CurtisKingBeats.com.